Sheikha Moza bint Nasser. Qatar is not an innocent bystander to the tragedy of Gaza. Qatar has supported Hamas, the Taliban, others of the Muslim Brotherhood, and more. Qatar and its government media, Al Jazeera, has done everything it can for years to demonize Israel. Hamas made it clear for decades that its goal was the destruction of Israel, is the destruction of Israel, and genocide of its people. They showed this not only in their words and writings, but also in their actions, including the many suicide bombings targeting defenseless civilians inside of Israel. On October 7th, Hamas are the ones that started this senseless war when they massacred, raped, kidnapped, wounded, burned alive, beheaded, shot at point-blank range thousands of defenseless people, including babies, children, young people, old people, and more. They took to Gaza even a baby and little child, teenage girls, and others that are completely unaccounted for. Hamas spent billions of dollars and years constructing tunnels for themselves to hide beneath and from which to wage war. They built nothing for the civilians above ground, not one single bomb shelter. Hamas uses the civilians and children of Gaza as their human shields. They brainwashed an entire generation of children into believing their only purpose in life is to kill Jews. No normal human being wants this bloodshed. No normal human being wants this war. Qatar has the power to stop the war. Qatar has the power to get Hamas to release the hostages and end this war once and for all. The leadership of Hamas, most of it, has long resided in Qatar. They are multi-billionaires and multi-millionaires, having squandered the aid provided to Gaza to enrich themselves and to build the stupid terror tunnels. It is time for this evil to stop. Jews are not going to disappear from Israel because its enemies want this to be so. The myth that the end time comes when the Jews are slaughtered needs to be dispelled once and for all and recognized as the evil for which it is. The billions of dollars Qatar spends on universities in the West to promote an anti-Israel agenda would be better, far better, spent teaching tolerance, coexistence, and a future of peace where people work together to address poverty, intolerance, hate, nuclear weapons proliferation, and environmental destruction that threatens humanity itself. Murder is the right of no one. Murder is a crime against humanity and God. The belief that it is acceptable to murder civilians needs to be opposed once and for all. Yet this remains a core belief of Hamas and many like-minded organizations. The war must end, not by the cost for more war, for more murder, for more atrocities, for more horror masqueraded as resistance. You are a woman with a voice. The women and girls of Afghanistan do not have a voice at all. The girls and women of Afghanistan are completely oppressed. They have no freedom at all and are being terribly abused. There's no powerful woman such as yourself speaking on their behalf. Qatar must not continue to incite against Israel and Jews and ignore the cruelty and horror under the regimes Qatar supports, and inside of Qatar itself, stop the exploitation and abuse of foreign workers. The millions of foreign workers that do the work Qataris themselves refuse to do. No society should be built on exploitation. No country that declares it wants no more war should continue to support the very genocidal people and organizations that thirst for more war, for murder, for genocide. It is not necessary for Qatar to ever open its arms to Israel. But if there is to be any hope for Israelis and Palestinian Arabs to live together without endless war, it will not be achieved by never-ending incitement, demonizing, and cause for more killing.